I just told these gentlemen, Biggie, I'm going to have to go to the bathroom at the next commercial break.
Maybe you say don't like that.
It's official?
It's official.
I was going to say, no wonder your son announces his.
Dave.
Are you drinking lots of water or are we having issues?
We're having some issues here.
Issues?
Really?
Yeah.
Super Bowl payback?
I think so. Super Bowl payback, yeah. I think that.
Can I tell people what you told me yesterday, what your plan was for the day? You know, you always give your plan during the day. You were going to go weigh in.
Yeah. And then
You were going to go home.
Yep.
Eat.
Yep.
And you said you might go off your plan for a few hours.
I did, because we had leftovers.
And then you were going to take a nap.
That's right. And that is exactly. And by the way, mission accomplished.
Yeah.
I did
Checked the whole thing. Checked all the boxes.
Yeah. And I had that plate of Super Bowl food. We had some leftovers, barbecue and cake.
Spectacular,
and
I
all
say.
that. And then as soon as I did it, I was like, ugh, I regret that. I was like, ugh.
You couldn't even feel smug about yourself.
Couldn't even know, and I was like, ugh.
It's unknown territory. It's unknown territory. Your stomach is like, what is this?
It's been a long time.
What's going on? I haven't seen this type of thing in here before.
And here we are. What? 15 hours later, and what do I have to do?
You're paying the price
During a commercial break.
You're paying the price.
That's sacrosanct time in radio. I mean,
of course,
with this job, you try to time things so you don't have to do that
exactly
at all during the program. Certainly not a number two.
Usually I don't, but I've got to go. And I just told these gentlemen, Dave, my son now over the weekend was home, and he had not even been home very long. It was Friday afternoon, and he got up. He was talking to his mother and me, and he goes, "Well, it's official." And we were like, "What?" He said,
an announcement.
Got to take a dump.
So now it's shorthand.
Yeah.
This is worrisome.
Yes, it's worrisome. And I had another. I wanted to share with you this. This is about my daughter. On Saturday night, the night
15 years old, high school freshman.
15 years old, high school freshman. The night before the Super Bowl, they had some sort of a dance at their school where the girl asked the boy out.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
So the kid she went to the homecoming dance with last year, who I really liked, this was back in the fall, was the same boy. She asked him to the dance. What do they call those? The old Sadie Hawkins?
We used to call it Sadie Hawkins, but now they call
them twerp.
Twerp.
Yeah,
that's it.
That was
twerp.
it. That was it. So
I think it's the woman is required to pay. That's what they say.
Okay, it's twerp dance. And so we are going over to pick him up. Of course, she can't drive yet. So we're going over to pick him up.
In your car?
No.
Smart.
No. My wife wouldn't let us take my car. We took hers.
Yeah, it's the nicest one.
And we go over to pick him up. And my daughter said, when we got in the car, don't say anything. She's...
You mean just don't make conversation with the boy?
I said, well, I'm going. She goes, don't act like all excited that he's here. You know how I do.
Just be the chauffeur.
Yeah, just be. So I said, okay, I'll try.
Just be casual.
Me mongo.
What's good, pimp?
Right. She said, don't say stuff like that. And she's warning me. She always does. She's like, stop trying to be like, hey, the cool, the cool.
Hey, I'm hip.
The cool dad. Okay, we have it. Okay.
I like your Riz.
What's going on, fellow kids?
Exactly. She says, stop. Don't try to do that stuff. So we go and we pick him up, and he's very nice. I really like him.
Did you meet with the parents or just honk honk?
Okay, there's another thing. I said,
what's the protocol?
I said, as soon as we pulled up into his neighborhood, I said, we're all going to the door. She was already texted him.
Oh, I forgot.
That's right.
That's gone now.
He's waiting on the curb. He's waiting on the curb.
Yeah, she just texts the word here.
Honk, honk.
Get your ass out here.
Honk, honk.
Sin.
She said, I've already texted him. I was like, well, I wanted to go. Now, we've met the parents a few times. Very nice people.
So there was no interaction.
No,
Yeah.
He just got out, hopped in the car. And it's like, this whole protocol. And she was dressed to the nines now. I mean, they look great.
Great.
Is the boy in a blazer, suit?
Yeah, I've got pictures.
Not a tux.
No, he was not in a tux. He was in a coat and tie, and she was in a nice like ball party dress or whatever.
Good.
And, well, there they are together. They're just delightful. Okay.
Oh yeah.
So we go
That's
out.
great.
So we're taking So we're going to take pictures of them.
They look good.
Yeah, they look good, don't they? So he gets in the car, and I try to make conversation.
So there are 3 people in the car.
4. My wife.
Oh, your wife.
My
Oh,
wife
okay.
too.
I'm sorry.
So I say, and the seating arrangement, me and my wife in the front seat, my daughter's behind me, the boy's behind my wife. I'm driving. We're driving around we're going to a country club to take pictures first. Okay?
Naturally.
Right. Where else? The alley down here.
Yeah.
Now,
Get the graffiti in.
All right, we're
I don't
doing
want to
that.
derail the story, but I don't believe you're a member.
No, we were not members. In fact, I said, hurry this along.
Yeah.
Let's go.
I recognize that fairway and where the grass is not
I am
green.
no, the grass is not green.
The country club just, they know. They're used to it, I'm sure.
Well, I saw a few. I was like, we're going to take a few. But they're like, fine, go.
Now, when I give you the signal, run like hell. Take off your shoes, honey. It's going to be.
Right.
We need you to move.
Okay.
You can't run in heels.
As soon as we're in the car, I say to the boy, who are you going for in the Super Bowl? Who are you cheering for? He said, well, I'm going for the 49ers. Some of my family are going for the Chiefs, but I'm going for the 49ers. I said, me too. I'm cheering for the 49ers. He says, I just cannot bear a Taylor Swift Super Bowl.
Grip steering wheel.
Trigger.
So I said, now wait just a minute here now. I said, now I'm a Swiftie. Now I feel my daughter's thumb in my back.
You've already said too much.
Right there.
She starts pressing on my, and I was like, and he goes,
doing?
I just can't stand Taylor Swift. I'm so tired of Taylor Swift. And I just like, whoa now. And I said, well,
Car go off the road a little bit.
a little bit. I said, now I hate to differ with you here, but I'm a Swiftie. And my wife, I guess, trying to break the tension, says, well, you're not really a Swiftie. And I said,
Quiet woman. Let the men talk.
she's trying to help me, I think. She goes, you're not really a Swiftie. I said, oh, I am a Swiftie. And she goes, name 5 songs.
Ooh,
And
the
I
challenge.
said, Blank Space, Shake It Off, Wildest Dreams, Antihero, and Cruel Summer. And she goes, she doesn't have a song called Wildest Dreams. I said, by God, she does. Now we're fighting. I said, yes, she does have a song called Wildest Dreams. And my daughter said, she does.
No, Will.
She just sinks further and further into the
Would both of you
seat.
please shut up? Please shut up.
We start fighting about
I know.
Taylor Swift. And the boy is just like, well, I think maybe I should just go home. Right? No, let's take the picture. We're going to take the picture.
You drove past the country club.
Yeah. Exactly. We're trying to find the right fairway and everything. Well, we got the pictures taken, as you saw. And I dropped them off for the meal, and they were going with a whole big group. Anyway, it was nice. But later, my daughter said, you need to stop talking about Taylor Swift in front of people. You have to stop talking about that. So again, I messed it up.
Do you think that came up at the dance with her little cohort?
It's possible. Then, even the worst, as I'm driving them to the restaurant where they were meeting up with 10 other people.
Nice restaurant.
Mexican place.
Okay,
all right.
a little more inexpensive.
Yeah. And well, my daughter, we all.
Oh, that's right. She's required to pay.
They were all, but there was a whole big group going to the Mexican restaurant. And Cruel Summer comes on. And so I just reached to the radio to turn it up, and my wife
Slap your hand.
slapped my
Don't be a...
And my daughter, I looked in the rearview mirror, and her eyes were like all these real big. She's just shaking her head. And I was like, Cruel Summer is on. That's my jam. That's my jam right now.
That's exactly what she didn't want.
That's exactly. I know.
Everything she asked.
I know. I hate that, but that's the one that that's the one they're playing right now. When it came on, I said, "How do I not? How do I not?" By the way, I read that Taylor was on CBS during the Super Bowl. 54 seconds. That's not bad. That's not bad. I thought they did a pretty good job.
I saw, somebody added up all the time she'd been on TV over the NFL season.
Yeah.
It was 1 minute and 37 seconds.
But if you watch any
Really?
other programming,
That's the problem.
it's rerun endless.
Okay.
Every single image, every single video, every hug, every kiss, every reaction in the booth is rerun endlessly.
You can't even log on to the internet without seeing it.
Yeah.
So that's what his point was. She's not really on there that much. Everybody else is. You just see it so much everywhere else. It feels like that. She's been there forever, on there all the time.
That's interesting.
You know what? This may be the first time this is something of this nature. Because Kelly, you mentioned Russell Wilson. I mean, he's married to a pop star,
Ciara,
but they're not at the same level. This is like Joe DiMaggio when he married Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, yeah.
Same.
This is that same type of mania,
Agreed.
in my opinion.
Yeah, agreed. Of course, we weren't there then, and now we have a lot more access to cover them.
Yes, and the paparazzi have no rules now.
None.
What was the Marilyn Monroe Joe DiMaggio relationship like? That is that what it was like?
Can you imagine the Yankee Clipper
superstars.
and Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, he's a bigger star than Kelsey in
Yeah,
my
when
mind.
baseball was the sport.
And he was the best
was the
player
best
on
Yankee.
the best team. Yeah,
Yeah.
That you're right.
But that's what this guy's whole point was. It's not like she's on there that often.
Yeah.
But when you log on to social media, it's the first thing you see.
That makes sense.
Of course.
Yeah. So it just in your mind, you're like, I can't escape it, and you can't.
If you watch Good Morning America, we have the Today Show on. I mean, it's on
First thing.
every 10 minutes.
First thing, yeah.